Previously on Spirited... You intend to find fault with her benevolence's insights yet again? How dare you, mister? It would seem lawyers are Pokunon creatures indeed. You want to throw a Poke ball at me. It would be like if I was sitting in my kitchen eating some fried chicken and macaroni and cheese, and I saw Spider-Man standing across the room. What would I do? Go attack him? Like, I don't think so. And now, back to the present.
I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth.
Yeah, you just do that. I can't find any mistakes, so let's have you make another one. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the poolside lantern. Alright. Okay.
Now the contradiction is no more. But the truth of the matter still stands, no matter how stubbornly you deny it.
What do you have to say for yourself now, Mr. Wright?
Nick! Your Majesty, this lawyer may have raised a trivial objection, but her benevolence's insights have no further inadequacies of any kind.
Yep, so it would seem. Guess we were right after all! Wait a second, but there is another contradiction!
No, there isn't. Die. Still you flounder about, wretched beast. Sebastian, Ariel, King Triton. Though you rack that putrid brain of yours, nothing worthwhile will come of it.
Alright, please tell me you remember something that might help us out here. Sorry, I don't remember crap. I don't remember crap! But now that the place I was standing in has changed, who knows? That alone may cause a new discrepancy with Princess Rayfa's insights. That's right, we now know that Maya was standing in the spring. A major change like that could very well produce a contradiction. I should take another look at the inner sanctum diagram in the court record, and confirm where Maya and Abbott and me were standing. And then focus on finding any discrepancies between their positions and the insights. Okay. I mean, at this point we could practically go back to, like, submitting evidence. Well, let's watch the insights one more time and see if anything else has changed here. The lanterns are good. The wind. I wonder if the wind is going to be important. I like that there's details in there that don't matter, though, because it makes it more realistic. Like, everything was really here. Oops. Bells, water, pain! Inner sanctum photo shows the high priest's body, a shoveled out area of snow, and a lantern with a broken wind guard. So it could have still been lit. Like, if it had like the other ones should have had wind guards, right? Then the wind wouldn't have affected the lantern. But when you see the wind blow, the fire actually moves. Where was that? Right there. Alright, but where... Oh, whoa, wait. I need to be on the right statement here. So, Springside Lantern. So now we're going to contradict her and go back and say that that's wrong, too. She's like, well, which lantern did it happen by, then? Oh, he rushed the accused and tried to fire up by the Springside Lantern. Yeah, I'm going to try this.
Objection!
Your benevolence, I found a new contradiction, and you're not going to like it.
You did? How many times are you going to do this to me? No doubt it's another one of your vile attempts to slander my insides.
Nope. Take a good look at what the victim saw. Just might change your mind. The lantern flame behind the accused was flickering.
There's nothing unusual about that, especially as the wind had stirred.
No, that's where you're wrong, actually. No, that's wrong! If the accused had been standing in the spring, then the lantern he saw... Yeah. Then what you see here should be one of the lanterns flanking the statue.
I fail to see your point.
Well, just you wait. My point is something is wrong here. The two lanterns flanking the statue were both outfitted with glass wind guards. So neither lantern's flame should have been flickering in the wind in the first place! Oops. Well, it's just getting good here.
Huh. Well, ain't that something?
She seems pretty tickled, Nick. Yeah, tickled for 500 million years, maybe. I don't remember saying anything funny.
I failed to see what you wish to prove here, but, go ahead. Very well, very well. I shall refine the vision and reveal the truth for all to see.
This is the third time now that you had to refine your vision and these people still trust you. Really now.
Oh, blessed Mitama, I beseech you, fix your sight upon the lantern, and fix all your mistakes while you're at it.
Ah. Oh, that lantern doesn't have a wind guard on it. Well, imagine that!
And rightly so. For the wind guard was removed to reveal the sacred flame within for the rite of fire. Therefore, there is nothing odd about the flame flickering.
Say what? Oh, so they removed them all? But when we searched the crime scene, those lanterns had their wind guards on.
That's because the police put them back on. Duh. My dad's not a phone. The sacred flames have burned uninterrupted for hundreds of years, dude. We could not risk them being extinguished even during an investigation.
They would never fly back home.
Well, Barbed Head, are you done quibbling? If so, then it's time to bow down before this testimony of the Mitama.
Man, these guys don't give up. I mean, I'm just like... Don't worry, Maya, I'm just getting started. Oh, you tell them, Phoenix. Yeah, we're just getting started here. We ain't even done nothing yet to you guys. Alright, let's go over everything we know so far. Everything. Maya was wearing Lady Kira's robes and standing in the spring. The High Priest is thought to have been moving toward her. So I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to this arrangement. Okay, I won't give up. I'm going to find a contradiction that will undermine the accusation against Maya. Now, let me do it. So there's another one? Oh, but we can see the wind guards now. Or the lack of them. Okay, does he ever look back at the other lantern again? There's also this shoveled out area of snow, although I don't think we figured that part out yet. And there's the curtain around the perimeter. But I can't, like, use any of this yet. I have to do something with just her dialogue and the vision here. I see that the two lanterns look a little different here from each other. Like, that lantern is still broken, but now that she's cleared up his sight so that you can see the lantern clear, you can definitely see that that is the broken lantern, and I think that's what we're going for here. So yeah, try it. Hell yeah. It's kind of, it threw me because I didn't expect to have to present the same thing 2 times in a row there. It's kind of the same thing 2 times in a row. What could this possibly mean? That lantern clearly contradicts the inside, but this contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? One minute you shout out, and then the next you fall silent.
Perhaps it is like the bellow of one who is barreling down a hill with no way of stopping. Is that not right, Prosecutor Samani? It's so hilarious. I see nothing hilarious about it, but haha anyway, I guess, if it makes you feel better.
Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even if this overturns the entire case you built so far. The only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not barreling down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything with the indisputable contradiction I found.
Is that so?
The lantern behind the accused clearly, no, blatantly contradicts your insight. One of the lanterns on the entrance side of the inner sanctum was broken, and if you watch what Abbott Inmee saw in his final moments, Huh. But now that begs the question of why was there water? Why did he hear water? Did the lanterns get switched? Hmm. Yep. In short, we are seeing two different lanterns in this seance vision.
How could this be? And even if it were so, how would that contradict my insights?
Girl, I don't even know anymore. I mean, maybe you should see a therapist or something. Let me start by saying the claim I'm about to raise will overturn the case I built thus far. Will the defense please explain himself? Based on the broken lantern, we can tell. Based on the broken lantern, we can tell. Okay, the thing is, he still hears water, right? So, the only way this makes sense is if the lanterns got moved. But are we going for that now, or... I'm gonna go for it now. The correct position of the lanterns!
But do you not just explain that yourself?
Oh, did I? The defense will own up to its own statements. Oops. Well, dang. I'm not sure how to word what I'm thinking here. It's like, when we had it wrong, we based that on... The problem is that we know we heard water. So, basing... Yeah. But basing their standing positions on the lantern would tell us that they were in a position where he wouldn't hear water as he approached her. I don't know, so... It's messing with my head a little bit. I did, and I built my argument on that faulty premise, and I'm sorry. But thankfully, it has led us here. To the actual spot where Maya Fey was standing. Oh. I must say, if the defense keeps changing its assertions in such a capricious manner, its credibility may come into question. As if I were ever credible in your eyes, Mr. Whoever you are. I'm willing to take that risk, Your Majesty, because I believe this will be the last time. I'd like to start by pointing out the actual spot where the accused was standing. Very well. Show us where you now believe the accused was actually standing. Based on the location of the broken lantern, where was Maya really standing? Based on the location of the broken lantern, she was standing down here. But the water is the problem. Okay, so if the lanterns did get switched, we don't really know that yet. So I'm gonna go off of the assumption that they were always the way they are. And based on the broken lantern, Maya was standing right here.
Take that!
I wasn't thinking straight before, but now it's all falling into place. We know the victim had stepped into the spring. That means Maya Fey had to have been standing in the water as he approached. However, his memory, which has only now become clear, reveals that Miss Fey was standing by the side of the broken lantern. In other words, like this. She was standing where she was supposed to be according to custom.
Does that not bring us back to the very beginning?
Well, yeah, it does, kind of. No, this is where things take a different turn. And I mean that literally. The victim had to have been moving toward the spring. Oh my gosh. Is that possible, though? The only way there would be a lantern on the left and right. So I don't... No, that's stupid, though. Well, I was thinking maybe, like, he moved from left to right or something. But there's no way that that would make sense with his vision of the lamp. The victim had to have been moving toward the spring. We know this because of the water. That means that while he was moving, he had his back turned toward the accused. What? Wait. And also Bowser Mario RPG. Because I have to bring it up.
What's this? Do you mean to say the victim turned around during the rite? But such an image appears nowhere in the seance vision.
Well, that's because you're seeing it from his point of view. Oh, it does? It's just that no one noticed until now. He turned around while he was reading the sutra. There was a moment when the scripture the victim was holding was all we could see. Thanks to that, none of us could tell that he was in fact turning around in that moment. Oh, did he do this like... Oh, shoot! What if... Okay, let's say that he is like this big religious person and he knows about what she can do. What if he did this to deliberately, you know, make it look like she was wrong about something? You know, like deliberately cover up his vision, knowing... But the thing is that he would only do that if he knew he was gonna die, though. You know, because then nobody would have been looking at the vision if he didn't die just after it. So I don't think he did it on purpose, like to botch her insights or something, but I seriously doubt that. But anyway,
If it is as the defense asserts, then her benevolence's insights no longer make sense. How do you intend to explain that?
Objection!
the explanation is they don't make sense! But you couldn't live with that, could you? I don't need to explain anything, because it's just as you said, Prosecutor Sudmati. Her benevolence's insights don't make any sense, because they contain a huge error.
Such insolence!
Oh boy. A huge error, you say? Do explain! Can't believe he's not ripping my head off for saying this. The huge error is the number of people there. He was looking at Maya. He put the thing in front of his face, he turned around, he was looking at the other person. I believe this is what happened at the scene of the crime. The victim was reading a sutra when suddenly he sensed someone behind him. He immediately looked back to see someone dressed as Lady Kira standing there. Wishing to see who it was, he approached the robed figure. Oh god, and she aimed it like upward too? Oh, she probably went into his lungs. God damn it, dude. Ugh.
This cannot be!
It's possible, though. Oh, but it can, and it is. The insight stating the accused stabbed the victim is wrong. And that is the real truth lying behind this testimony of the dead. Guess what? You don't get to do this anymore! Because it's no longer infallible. Are you suggesting we go home? That there was someone else at the scene of the crime?
Have I misunderstood? The voice of the Mitama, yet again?
No, you haven't. This cannot be. Yep. Whew, that was a close one. But I managed to divine the true meaning behind the seance vision somehow. I should add this to my resume. Inner Sanctum diagram updated in the court record. I want to look at that. You say whatever you gotta say, and I'm gonna look at the court record, and then I'm gonna read what you have to say. But court record comes first. The man's gotta have his priorities here. So Maya was there, he was there, Killer was there. Gotcha. Alright, you were saying.
Your benevolence, please allow me to take it from here. I will overturn the brash accusations of this faithless, putrid-minded lawyer.
Putrid!
Yes, I shall place my trust in you.
Wow, imagine how she feels. I mean, when you spend your whole life doing something, training for something, just then to suddenly find out one day that you're not perfect like you thought you were. Like you were conditioned to be told that you had to be. Not so much that she thought she was perfect, but that everyone else expected her to be. So she had to be. She didn't have a choice. So to find out that she's not, it's not just a matter of her being disappointed in herself. It's a matter of everyone else being disappointed in her too. And she couldn't... Like, nobody would want that. I don't know where this is headed with her, but that's very interesting. Very interesting turn we just took here. Are you sure about this, Prosecutor Sadmati?
My work as an international prosecutor has taken me to courtrooms around the world. They all suck, except for these ones. But anyway, in that time I've learned to perform last rites for the souls, for souls in trials lacking a seance.
Last rites. Forgive my ludicrous inquiry.
Moreover, I have with me a forensic investigator from overseas.
Oh no!
I will show you all the most magnificent last rites ever seen.
Guess he really does think highly of Emma and her forensic expertise. I'm impressed that he's come to understand their value. Then again, he is an international prosecutor who's solved tough cases around the world. Time to hunker down, huh? Don't make me fight against her! She'll win! I'll let her win! I'd rather die. I'd rather die than beat Emma Skye. Now then, let us continue with today's proceedings. Unless it's in Smash, then I'll kick her ass all over the place. Actually, I probably couldn't do that either. Could the defense please tell us who the third party dressed as Lady Kira was? Your new claim has negated the insights of the Royal Priestess. And you're gonna pay for that, but beside the point, so I trust you have some evidence to support it. And you better! Because I will never forgive you for if you hurt that little girl. Name that game. It's Final Fantasy VI, so this third party must have really wanted to kill the High Priest. I might be able to identify who it was if I had evidence of their murderous intent. Well, we're waiting, Mr. Wright. Okay. The evidence that can reveal the identity of the third party is this. Is it this? But is that really from Lady Kira, or is it from the doppelganger Lady Kira? I think we're supposed to assume that when they say Lady Kira, they mean the person who's been going around committing all the murders. I'm gonna try it. 3 days before the purification rite, I got scared there, the music didn't stop. 3 days before the purification rite, the victim received a warning letter from an unidentified individual. He did! Whoever sent it clearly meant to threaten the High Priest. This ain't good, though. Because now we're gonna pull it. His wife didn't want me to bring this up. I think it's just a matter of her not wanting to believe it either, though. The letter said do not perform the rite. But the rite went on as scheduled. I believe that is why the High Priest was murdered. Who do you suppose sent that letter? A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira herself. Uh-oh. Yeah, but then people are going to be like, he's a rebel hunter, why is he killing one of us? Order! Peace! I don't understand. I'd heard the Lady Kira has been in the news of late, only hunted rebels. If so, why would she have killed the High Priest? Excellent question. Notice how I'm being nice to you and pointing out your strengths? Maybe it would help to think of it this way. What if the High Priest had secretly been a rebel? What if the Reploids were really being run by Sigma? I said knock it off! The High Priest, a devout follower of Karinism, a rebel? Do you even comprehend the blasphemy of which you speak? Well, do you? I too found it hard to believe at first. But as I continued my investigation, it started to become more and more plausible.
Objection.
He's not having it either. The third party was the rebel hunting Lady Kira, and the High Priest was a rebel. I'd sooner chew my leg off than get trapped in this. Name that song. Your mockery of Karinism, no. But the kingdom of Karine itself knows no bounds. You have no idea how hard it is for me to keep my composure and to keep this voice. The shameless Pokemon always making a mockery of our religion! Off with his head! As a faithful Korinist, I take issue with these claims. And I'm loath to admit one of them in today's proceedings. I don't like where this is going.
The defense's claims are but the vile blasphemy tantamount to spitting on the Holy Mother.
Is it really that big of a deal, Maya?
Abbot Enemy was a distinguished monk, and very well respected too, so yeah.
Oh, please don't let this turn into an international incident. Too late. It already has! The game came to the States. It's international, baby. Don't get no more international than this.
But fear not, good people of Karine. The rantings of this putrid-brained lawyer who seeks to sully the soul of the deceased shall come to no avail once I conclude these last rites. Now, have the clap. Speaking of the clap, the prosecution's assertion that the accused killed the victim remains unchanged.
But the victim was stabbed in his abdomen. How's that possible when he had his back turned towards Miss Faye? Someone else must have killed him.
Objection.
No, it was a reach around, you see. Are you sure about that? Have you never had a reach around before? You may have invalidated the seance, but do not let it go to your putrid head!
You're putrid! Oh, I'm so sorry. The karmic flow of this trial is as yet still in my hands.
How can you be so competent? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. And I shall prove that by calling a new witness to the stand.
If you call Emma. What?! An eyewitness who will deliver a definitive answer that will dispel the defense's doubts. An eyewitness?! Okay. Is it Michael McDonald? It totally is! Oh my god. It's Mr. Military Man himself. How's it going, dude? It's him again. We saw him for like 10 seconds earlier. Well now, he has to be the shaggiest witness I've ever laid eyes upon. Please state your name and occupation. Oh, you know, that's so-and-so, whatchamacallit. This guy's crazy.
Anonymous TBD.
Anonymous TBD. Anonymous to be determined. At least that's what they've been calling me. TBD? As in to be determined? Can't you just tell us your real name?
The witness has suffered a blow to the head, rendering him amnesiac. Therefore, I named him Anonymous TBD in my report, but he thinks TBD is part of his name.
Objection!
You're letting an amnesiac testify?
Have no fear, I've already questioned him at length.
His memory loss started before this incident, probably. But he still makes new memories ever since then.
While it is true he has utterly forgotten his name and past, his memory of what he witnessed is still very much intact.
Considering the dearth of information, any new knowledge may be of help. Therefore, I will permit his testimony. Now, Mr. Anonymous, please tell us what you saw. And please don't put on a Guy Fawkes mask when you do it. Scare my ass. Please. Is it any wonder, like, I call this guy Michael McDonald, and it turns out to be an amnesiac, and Michael McDonald's biggest hit is, I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. Anyway, sorry. I gotta stop apologizing.
That night I was up at the top of Mount Pony,
The mountain next to the inner sanctum. Oh yeah, that mountain.
I hate crowds, so I climbed up there to pray in peace. I know it's a no-no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right at the inner sanctum. That's when I saw the accused stab the high priest with a dagger.
What is it, your big-ass mouth? There's no way you saw him his face stab the victim with a dagger. I swear, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't remember at any rate. She keeps saying that. Oh, I get a feeling some kind of possession or whatever. It seems kind of hard to believe, though, and I don't know. Mount Pony Pony, the beautiful mountain that is also known as the Little Sanctum. It's such a cute little mountain, look at it. They must be talking about that smaller mountain from the poster. Yeah. Mr. Immus, I was wondering. What can I do you for, buddy? The inner sanctum lies at a high elevation where clouds and fog can obscure the view. Are you sure you were able to see what happened from the mountaintop next to it? Good point. Wow. His Majesty raises an excellent question. Well, Mr. Immus? On the day of the Wright, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. I had a perfect view. If you don't believe me, check the weather forecast in the paper that day. Nick, don't we have the newspaper for that day? We sure do. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. The area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. The warmer temperature will make for excellent prayer weather. Be warned, however, that we'll see a cold front move in overnight. And tomorrow, the day I'm recording this is the 26th. It's probably not going to go up till January. I'll probably be at MagFest by then. But tomorrow's high is 58 degrees. 58 degrees up here in Ohio in December, at the end of December. I can't tell you how awesome that is. Now if I can just not sleep through the entire day. See, told you so. May 9th newspaper updated in the court record. Boy, this guy's laughing his ass off over here. Well, it would appear the witness has offered testimony worth hearing.
Mr. Immus, I too have a question for you.
Didn't he already question the witness? What's one more?
Well, that's what I'm here for, right? Shoot!
How was the accused holding the dagger?
Was she holding it underhanded? Its blade protruding from the bottom of her putrid hand? Or was she holding it overhanded, with the blade protruding from the bottom of her putrid fist?
Yep, I believe she was. It's called reverse grip.
Oh, I thought as much.
Hold it!
Hold it right there. What bearing does that have on this case? Ooh. Ah. Are we gonna do the 12 Angry Men thing here, where, like, say if you stab with a switchblade, you don't do it a certain way? Cease your interruptions, you putrid-headed lawyer. Do you not see the significance in how the blade was held? Why don't you enlighten me, oh enlightened one? That was sarcasm, by the way.
I know it was sarcasm, you dingleberry. I knew you were a tool, a fool, both. I can already picture you in your next life.
Next life?
Yeah, after your soul writhes for centuries in the pits of hell. You shall be reborn as a witless sea urchin, with barbs limited to your posterior. You shall live a short, inconsequential life, only to be brutally devoured by a sea otter.
It was a bit excessive. I simply asked what the dagger grip had to do with the case.
Now pay attention. How the accused held the dagger is of vital importance. With such information, we can infer exactly what actions she took.
Okay, go on.
You were saying that the victim was killed while he had his back to the accused? Is that correct?
Yeah.
As such, the accused's dagger grip tells us something very important. The accused approached the victim from behind, swung her arms around him.
Oh, so he's saying it was a reach around. Jeez.
Thus, Mr. Immus' testimony clears up any doubts that might remain.
But if it was a reach around, surely he would have pointed that out. He would have said it himself. Ha-ha, and it coincides with her benevolence's insights as well. This is a disaster. Thought I'd blown those insights out of the water, but now they're back to haunt me. Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness. What you gonna do now, Sonny? What you gonna do now? I'd sure love to know. Oh, man, this guy's crazy. Alright, Okay, 5 statements here. That night, I was up at the top of Mount Pony Pony, the mountain next to the inner sanctum.
Hold it!
Are you sure you're not mistaken, Mr. Immus? Was it really Mount Pony Pony that you climbed? Oh, I'm sure of it. Is it really Pony Pony's mountain, dude? What does that even mean? You know, now that I think about it, it was a mighty fine view. Yeah, if you were looking at anything else besides her. I hate crowds, so I climbed up there to pray in peace.
Hold it!
Okay, I mean, I kind of get you here, but if you hate crowds, why bother climbing to the top? Couldn't you just as easily gone halfway up the stairs, stopped there, and just prayed there? Or at the bottom? Wrong, bucko. This is a once-a-year epic event. I wanted to pray as close to the actual thing as possible. If you're so gung-ho about it, why didn't you go pray at the Plaza of Devotion? There's too many people there, man. Yeah. Oh, holy mother, why do I only get the annoying ones? And my burning faith demanded that I climb up the mountain closest to the inner sanctum, dude. Also, I know it's a no-no, but since there was no one around...
Hold it!
Since nobody was around, there's nobody who can corroborate your story, your actions either. Ho! You're exactly right. Hey, I can dance too. In that case, Mr. Immus, let me ask you this. Was there a reason you didn't want to be seen? Yeah, well, oh, jeez, dude. Don't diddle December, you know? Sorry, man, but... Oh, wait a minute, it's not December, it's May. Okay, if you get caught climbing the surrounding mountains on the day of the rite, you can get in big, big trouble. Har 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 har! Yah! Yeah, it's totally embarrassing getting yelled at when you're a grown-up. Ha ha ha! Yeah, you're a real grown-up, alright. This guy is weird. Since nobody was around, I lost all inhibition, and went all the way to the top. Used my binoculars to spy on the Wright at the inner sanctum. Okay. You had a pair of binoculars with you? That's pretty convenient. You weren't planning to spy on the Wright all along, were you? Actually, I just happened to have them for bird watching. Bird watching, huh? In this crazy-ass weather? You're not gonna keep pressing him on this. It's sketchy as heck, but I don't really have anything I can really sink my teeth into yet. Oh, okay then. Yeah, I love the great outdoors. It's just the kind of guy I am. A guy called Anonymous TBD. Jeez. He's really starting to get on my nerves. As I look through my binoculars, I couldn't believe what was unfolding before me. And then finally we have statement number 5. That's when I saw the accused stab the high priest with a dagger.
Hold it!
And you actually saw her do it the way that Sadmati just described, right? Are you saying I'm lying about this? Come on, dude. I'm not. It's etched permanently in this old noggin. But I didn't do what you say I did. I didn't even get a chance to touch the dagger on the day of the rite. I would have liked to, but... What do I know that? All I know is what I saw. I never even seen you before in my life. What? You just said... Wow, you're crazier than squirrel turds, my man. What possible reason could I have to lie? Didn't expect there to be any witnesses way up there. But I don't remember doing that at all. I know. I have a feeling the witness is lying. There has to be an inconsistency somewhere. I should take another look at the court record. Should I now? I'm going to get over to the statement that I think we're going to have to press here, or present on. Which is definitely this last one. But... what do we have in here? I know what! Oh my god, I know what it is! Holy shit. He couldn't have seen crap because the curtain! Ritual curtain, a curtain around the perimeter of the sanctum, isolating it from the outside world. The entrance was shut during the rite. Holy shit.
Objection!
I forgot about the curtain! Man, is something the matter? Sorry, that scream just sort of slipped out. I don't know about trials in your country, but we refrain from... Really? What?! my god! I'm not helping my case in the judge's eyes, both literally and figuratively. Holy mackerel! That has to be it though, right? It has to be! Maybe I just picked the wrong one? A curtain around the perimeter. Well, where did I first see the curtain? Because I saw something in here that reminded me of it. Oh, well, right there. Do I need to present this because it shows that the curtain was around them? To be honest, I would be surprised if this worked, and yet this didn't. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about this. I mean, the curtain is around them. There's no way he could see it through the curtain. Right?
Objection!
No. It must be too early for this or something.
You know very well your evidence proves nothing.
Oh, man. Nice try, but you can't make me give up. I'm gonna prove I'm right. No, you're not. Even if you are right, I'd say you're wrong. So never mind. Well, I could use a refill on the HP anyway. Game over number 4, everybody. Oh, man. That shadow incident. That episode's actually going up tomorrow for me. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. I haven't even edited it yet. I've been doing nothing but recording because I have the whole house to myself and I'm taking advantage of it. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Let's see that bad ending. This court finds the accused Maya Fey and the defense Phoenix Wright both guilty. Oh yeah! Guilty again. Return to title. Nice knowing you. I'm really surprised that doesn't work though. Okay, did I even see like what it says when you get to X consult? What is consult? That's not like easy mode, is it? Oh my god, I wonder if I can turn that off. That's gonna bother me that that's sitting there like, hey, oh, you know, here's your answer, dummy.